Thank you so much for joining me, Alyssa Arundell, for your monthly October 2020 tarot card reading. Really looking forward to delving into your situation for your individual zodiac sign this month. If you haven't already and you would like to check out your free 3-card reading, you can do so by clicking the link down beneath this video. It's 100% free and it looks into your past, present and future situation. Each of the tenses is written specifically for the position the card is pulled in. So this is not a generic reading, it's more tailored exactly to the question that you're asking. But without further ado, let's get into this month and see what the cards hold for you. Hello lovely Gemini, and thank you for joining me for your October 2020 tarot card reading. Let's see what comes up for you this month. Oh, we've got quite a jumpy deck here, so quite a few messages I feel. So the first card that comes up here is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is not the easiest card actually, Gemini. It's pretty much a card of feeling like someone's taken something from you. So this can be theft in some way. This could be someone stealing your resources. In a more spiritual or metaphorical sense, this could be someone stealing your energy. So have a little think about the people around you. Do you trust them completely? I think that's really important to note on this card. Now, what is blocking, hindering this card is the Page of Swords. Interesting stuff, Gemini. With both these cards, swords represent air, and you are a air sign. So this is a lot of things going on in the mental plane. This is a lot of things going on within your mind, and a lot of maybe worries you have. The Page of Swords can often represent a younger person in our lives, if it does represent a person. And they can usually be someone who's going through a bit of trouble or a little bit of a difficult time. We've got to make sure that you don't berate them to the point that they don't come to you with stuff, because I feel it's really important, if this is a young person in your life who's going through stuff, that they're going to need to turn to you, but maybe they're not being completely truthful with you about something. If this doesn't represent a person, again, this represents you figuring things out in your mind, like something just isn't sitting right with you this month, Gemini. It's going to be different for every single person because this is a general reading, but something just isn't, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Doesn't sit right. So let's see what comes up for the rest of the reading and see if we can unpick it a little bit. So your foundation card is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knights generally mean messages of some kind, so you could be getting an email or a letter in the post. And then if we break this down further, it's a Pentacles card, and Pentacles often represent our earthly plane, our finances, our resources. So if we put that together, this is messages about your finances, and this is something that is very much on the front of your mind this month. So this is your foundation. So as it ties into your present, perhaps you feel as though it might not be someone stealing from you even. It could be that you feel like your money comes in and then it just goes out straight away. It doesn't feel like you're ahead, or it just feels like you're not being reimbursed fully for your hard work. It could be those feelings. So on the positive side, you could get some good news surrounding money. And then on the more, don't want to say negative side, but on the other side of it, it could be that you uncover something. You get to the bottom of what has been going on. So your card here for your past, Gemini, is the Five of Wands. Again, Gemini, not the easiest, but this is a past card, so it could be, this is already transpired. The 5 is about arguments, it's about disagreements. It can often be between siblings or children. And usually these are not arguments that are going to ruin relationships forever. But they can be things that leave you with a bit of sour taste in your mouth. So, if you have gone through, I don't know, the loss of a parent, maybe you've fallen out with your siblings, or perhaps your children aren't quite getting on, or perhaps just being with the family, if it's been locked down and you've been in each other's pockets, it might have got a bit heated at times. But I do feel this is going to straighten itself out. I just feel like everyone needs to just like take a breather and try and listen to each other rather than shouting over each other. So the next card for you this month, Gemini, is the World. So we got some more positivity rolling in here. Hooray! The World here in your spiritually crowning position means that you're open to new ideas, new processes, new ways of being. This could very well mean a new location or a new job of some kind, or even a new love interest. Again, this is a general reading, so it's going to be different for each person, but there is that possibility of this fresh beginning opening up. And I think once you've got over this family squabble or this friendship squabble, and once it's all been ironed out and this young person has matures a bit, if it is a young person in your life that's been a bit of a handful, I think the world can really open up to you. And I think it's time that you give back to yourself a little bit, Gemini, rather than worrying about everybody else all the time. You don't always have to be the logical one. You don't always have to be the caregiver. So your immediate future here is the Four of Pentacles. It's reversed here, but the Four of Pentacles generally means that you're holding on very tightly to something. I kind of feel with this card being reversed, it's saying you're trying to let go of holding on tightly, if that makes sense. There are things, this could be as simple as clearing out your home, and you may be feeling overly sentimental, although that's not necessarily a trait that Gemini people have. However, obviously it depends on what other placements you have in your chart. I know, I'm a Sagittarius, so I can, get over things quite quickly, but at the same time, I have Cancer in my chart as my ascendant, so can be very sentimental. So just because Gemini's traits generally don't hold on to those types of things doesn't mean that you personally won't. So I do feel that there is this element of learning how to let go of things that you're holding too tightly onto. Is this an idea? Is this a relationship? Is this actual personal items? You're saying goodbye to your past in a lot of ways, Gemini. Some of it's going to be painful. You're going to grieve some of it, but some of it's just going to be so joyful that you're actually moving forwards now. Your state of mind is the Chariot, so this definitely gives some clarification that that slow, drab energy of feeling confined and feeling like you're not in charge of your own destiny is over. This Chariot races forwards, bringing you into a new way of being. There are going to be times, I feel, Gemini, where you get overwhelmed. You might need to have a little cry or a little shout because the energy is very bubbly and intense, but I think for the most part you're just going to really enjoy going for it. Your outside influence is another major arcana card. You have the Fool. So this reiterates the World. The World is the very last card in the Major's journey. So you've gone through that process and then you go back to zero. So this makes perfect sense. I think that there are going to be people that are cheering you on. A lot of this reminds me of youngsters starting college, or young adults going to university, something like that brand new beginning. This is moving house, this is shaking things up. This could be that you've left a relationship that has left you emotionally, perhaps even financially drained, and now you're starting again, and perhaps you don't have much. Perhaps you don't have the security that you thought you did, but actually what you do have is a bright future that's really welcoming you with open arms. A lot to look forward to. Your hopes and fears, you have here the ultimate card of the tarot deck, in my opinion. This is the Nine of Cups. Wow, the Nine of Cups. I mean, guys, this is the wish card, Gemini. Take a look at this card and make a wish. It's probably the most magical, most esoteric left field card, because it is about wish making. This is about being young and blowing on a dandelion and watching it fly, or making a wish on a fairy, or you know, it's going back to that childlike sense of wonder and joy. But allow yourself to just feel that a little bit, even if that feels a bit like weird, if that feels a bit out there. Just give yourself permission to dream just a little bit. You can still be practical and logical and grounded, but just allow yourself to have those visions and dreams. And then your outcome is the Two of Swords. Again, I like it when swords come up for air signs, because it means that you're very aligned to what's happening in the month, I feel. The Two of Swords is about, you've got a decision to make. You've got two roads in front of you, and you've got to choose which road to take. In some ways, you're making this choice blind, because you don't necessarily have all the information at your fingertips. So I think a lot of this is about, listen to your gut feeling, listen to your mind, gather as much information about any new thing you go into as possible, do your research. But I think for the most part, any decision, any movement forwards is going to be a really good one at this point. So keep your chin up, face the future with that sense of childlike wonder, and you know, you're moving on from that past hurts and betrayal at this point in your life, Gemini. So there you have your monthly reading for this month. Thank you so much for joining me again. It's a real honour to spend that time with you and for us to share that space. If you did feel inclined that you wanted to reach out for a one-to-one with myself or with Patrick, you can find that information in the description box beneath this video. But until we speak again next month, take care and stay safe. Alyssa.